I have been doing a lot of, I guess, I don't want to say really soul searching, guys, because that ain't it. I've always been trying to get better and become a better Renee. Like anything that I feel like I'm stagnant in, I try to just be a better Renee. I try to take a look at like what I'm doing, what might be hindering me, what might be keeping me stagnant, and really evaluate it and if it's necessary, where it stems from, and just work on it. I truly love working on myself. It does create evolution. Is that the word? That's the word. That's the word. It does create evolution and it causes those around you to evolve as well. So if you don't have a truly solid foundation of people around you, then you will outgrow people, and that's okay. That's happens multiple times. But it's just life. So I don't know. Most of the times that I get on here and rant, it's because I've seen something, I've heard something, and it's like, oh, it sparked something. I'm like, damn, I need to talk about that because that's how I feel, or maybe someone needs to hear that. So pretty sure I was on Instagram or Facebook, one of the two, and I saw something that was like, pretty much, you need to forgive yourself. Damn it. You need to forgive yourself in order to grow. And I said, you know what? You right. You are right. You are absolutely right. I truly think, look, here I go with I truly believe the moment that I decided to grow, where I got better, or things changed in my life. Y'all know how I do. But it's true. A lot of things that I hear are things that I've already done and not really recognized what it was. I was just doing it in my becoming who I am today. So I truly think that forgiving yourself, for me, forgiving myself, was the epitome of what allowed change to happen for me, you know? I have made some terrible decisions. Terrible. And it's so funny because my nephew tried to come for me the other day. And I was just like, that happened. Yup, it did. I did that. I sure did. But in doing that, I learned from it. So your past is something that you don't want to hide from. You don't want to keep a secret. You don't want to lie about. You don't want to feel ashamed. Anything that you've done, you don't need to be ashamed about it. Like, honestly, you got to do what you got to do, especially if you have kids, especially if you're out here trying to take care of these kids on your own. You got to do what you got to do. And I mean, I don't care what you did. I don't care. If that's not who you are today, if you've grown from that, if you've learned from that, if you become a different person, then you've got to forgive yourself for those decisions. They might not have been the best decisions, but if they were decisions that you felt like was going to get you where you needed to go in that moment, then guess what? It is what it is, baby. It happens. But it also helps you get where you are today. It helps you evolve. It helps you learn. It helps you grow. It helps you become the woman, the person that you are today. So it's okay. And I think the thing that hinders us the most is that we don't forgive ourselves. We are in this slump of not forgiving ourselves, which causes us not to trust ourselves. And honestly, I had to be like, you know what, Renee? You gotta trust yourself, especially when it came to relationships, because I was the worst. I was the absolute worst at just being the picking the best person. Like, I saw potential in people to a point where it was like I would fall for the wrong person in the before my husband, guys, because I love my little chocolate drop. But before him, honestly, the best relationship that I had was the person that I should not have dealt with at all in life, bruh. But it was me not being smart. It was me making bad decisions. It was me just throwing cares to the wind because I had been hurt so many times by people who I really gave my heart to that I was just like, bump it, I don't even care no more. So whatever, life happens. But I had to get over that. I had to forgive myself for not making the best decisions in life, and not even just dealing with the wrong person, but also giving so much to people and not giving the best to myself, not choosing Renee over others. And people now like, you so selfish. And I'm like, okay, I'm not. But I know that I have to make sure that me and my household are good before I can make sure anyone else is good. And I know that in order for me and my household to be good, I have to be mentally there. I have to be, happy. I have to have my happiness, or I am like crazy in this house and taking it out on everyone. So, I have to take care of me. And in doing that, I learned that it's okay to trust myself. It's okay to make mistakes. And because I've made mistakes does not mean that I'm a bad person, or it doesn't mean that I am incapable of choosing. Because, okay, so I always say that, well, the Bible says that, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. So I truly say that my husband found me, but I had to choose him as well. If he found me and I was like, I'm good, and didn't take to the relationship, I would have missed out on that blessing. But I honestly said, okay, Renee, you have to trust yourself. This man is showing you that he's not like anyone else that you've dealt with. So you have to trust yourself. And in doing so, I was able to enter this relationship wholeheartedly without baggage that would hinder us, because we all got baggage, bruh. We all got baggage. But without baggage that would hinder us from growing and establishing a relationship that was, the word that comes to mind is profitable for both of us. And it's not a money transaction. It is that you feed into me, I feed into you, I support you, you support me. We're going to create this life together and build this foundation. That's the profitable part. We are actually one. We are actually establishing a lifestyle and a life and goals and a foundation and a family that works for us. And it never would have happened if I didn't decide. I promise I burp in every video. If I didn't decide to forgive Renee. Because if I didn't forgive me, I never would have trusted myself. I would have been like, oh, he's going to do the same thing. I'm always just waiting for the next shoe to drop. I would have now mind you, I get him sometimes, get on his nerves. I'm like the other day, there's some new body scrub in the shower. And I'm like, where does this come from? Like, what female suggested this body scrub to you? Because when I met you, you was not using body scrubs. Now, mind you, I use body scrubs. He's like, babe, I got that for you. I just tried it. And I'm like, oh. So we all have our baggage. We all have that, little tinge of jealousy. But you have to check it, because sometimes you get something that's so good and you're like, I don't want nobody. This is my damn fish. Like, I will fight for this fish. But you just have to trust that God or whatever higher power you believe in is not going to put someone in your life at that time when you're ready. That's not going to take care of you and do things. And that's not to say that the person that you with is the one that you're supposed to be with. Bruh, I've been proposed to 4 times. And I am so grateful that none of them happened except for this one, because it wouldn't have worked. Like, the person that you choose for your mate, decides what type of lifestyle you're going to have, what type of life you're going to have, how happy you're going to have, how happy your home is going to be, how happy your finances are going to be, like if you're able to reach your goals or not. Like honestly, that person that you decide to choose for your spouse decides so much. Oh, oily, oily, oily. But that person that you decide to spend your life with chooses so much. And it's not that they're doing it, it's the vibes that they're giving off, it's the support that they're giving you, it's if they support your dream or not. I'm in the military. Like my husband is so gung-ho for me retiring, even when I'm like, bro, I don't want to retire no more. He like, yeah, baby, you can do it, you got it, we gonna do this and we gonna, and I'm just like, bruh, you know, because there's not a lot of men who are willing to go around the country and follow their wife, but my husband is into it, okay? And I know that that's just part of him because it was made for me. Like I was made for him. This whole rib thing right here, yeah, just for him. But we had so many struggles and paths and broken relationships and broken heartedness and things that have completely broken us to get here. So the same way that I had to learn to trust myself and I had to forgive myself, he had to forgive himself. For him to be in a relationship and take care of your family is goals, honestly, goals. So when his first marriage failed, he felt like he failed. And he didn't know that life has something better out there for him. But all he knew was, I failed at this. And he felt like he failed. He had to forgive himself. I had to forgive. I have, oh Lord, about to be 3 children by 3 different men, 3 different last names. Come on now, statistic. I had to forgive myself so I could learn to trust myself again. And, maybe someone needs to hear that, because if you don't forgive yourself, honestly, you're never going to allow someone else in. You're never going to grow. You're always going to be stagnant. Even if you're not looking for a relationship. I wasn't looking for this. I was done. Done. And then he came about. And I'm not saying say that you're done just so someone else can come about. I'm saying really, truly forgive yourself for the things that we put ourselves through. Because most of the stuff that we've gone through are things that we put ourselves through. Honestly, decisions that we made, bad decisions that we made, that led down paths that landed us in places that we didn't need to be. We didn't want to be. But it also makes us who we are. Like, I'm thankful for everything I've gone through. I don't want to go through it no more. But it has made me like this crazy, unwavering woman that can get through anything, because I know if I've been through that, then I can get through this. And honestly, I live that way every single day. And it wasn't until I said, okay, Renee, we're going to do this. We're going to figure out who we are without anyone else's influence. And we are going to do this. It wasn't until I really got to know myself that I truly was like, okay, so these are the things that I like. These are things that I don't like. This is how I want to live my life. And I started creating my own foundation. And I harp on that all the time. Creating your own foundation, working hard, becoming who you want to be. And then you will attract the person at the right time that's meant for you. Honestly, if I'm still trying to clean my shit up, I don't need nobody coming around, because I'm not done cleaning myself up. So if I'm still trying to get my life together and get stable and get happy without anyone else's influence, if I'm still trying to do that, I don't need someone coming in and influencing what I'm trying to figure out about myself. And sometimes that's why we don't get into those relationships, or that right person doesn't seem to be coming along, because we're not where we need to be. We're not finished becoming to a point where you're stable and good, and someone can come in at that moment and you're just going to continue to be who you are regardless of their influence. And that's what gets a lot of people. When you're in a relationship, you evolve kind of into that person. You guys kind of mesh into one person, but you have to be at a place where I know who I am and I'm going to be myself regardless. And I can truly say that that's when my husband came about for me. I was at a place where I know Renee. So you going to get this Renee, who she is. You know, and you still do evolve and compromise, but it turns into something that's natural and organic and not you completely lose yourself. Like when people meet me or talk to me, even people who know me before I got married, they can truly say that I am still Renee. I'm mean. I don't like people. I don't like to be the center of attention. Oh, this baby shower is blowing my mind. But with or without my husband, I'm the same person. And I've been in relationships that with or without that person, I have been different. And that's the difference in this. I got to know myself. I forgave myself. I learned to trust myself. I started becoming the person that I'm meant to be. And when he came in, I was at a place in that becomingness that it already had happened. So the person he got and the person that he needed to be for me was the person that fit that higher tier, maybe Renee. You know, because I would take some stuff back then when I was 25 or 18 or whatever that I ain't taking today. You know, and it's not negative. It's just I know who I am. But that also forces him to be at that level and have gone through that evolution as well. My husband know who he is. He gonna do what he wants. You know, we have learned each other and learned to compromise and learn how to deal with one another. But that comes with marriage. But he is still himself. He is still who he was before I met him. And that is probably the difference between him now and him back in the day with whomever else he was with before he met me. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully this helps someone because it was hard for me. It was hard for me to learn to trust myself because if anyone betrayed me, which I honestly felt like everyone in this world has betrayed me at some point or another, maybe one or two people haven't, but that's it. I learned in this life that anyone can hurt you and it doesn't matter what their title is. So you have to lean into yourself. And in doing that, you have to learn to forgive yourself so you can grow. If you don't forgive yourself, you're never going to trust yourself. And if you don't trust yourself, you're not going to get all of the blessings that God has for you. So you're going to continue to be stagnant and never evolve, never become that person that you're meant to be. So please, please, please take a look within yourself. If you recognize that within yourself, then maybe start the process of stripping down the walls and being honest with yourself. And that is the hardest part of being honest with yourself about your flaws and embracing them. That is what makes us human. That is what makes us beautiful, is our flaws. That's what makes us different and unique. And it's okay. It's okay to be flawed. We all are. No one's perfect. So, but you have to embrace them and kind of go from there. So, thank you guys for watching. Y'all know, please like and subscribe. And until next time, love you guys. Bye.